Well, today is Saturday, 21st day of September 2013. When the mainstream media tells you why a market moves up or down, do you believe the reason? A long time ago, we had these mainstream media articles. Silver slips, gold hikes after bin Laden news. Silver prices tumbled on Monday, making their biggest loss since late 2008. And gold fell more than 2% off a record high, extending earlier losses on news that Al-Qaeda leader Osama bin Laden was killed in a U.S.-led operation in Pakistan. Okay. Do you believe that? I'm not going to go over too much more on that. But what we're going to do is, for today, take a look at silver charts. The daily, the weekly, the hourly. Number 2, news to why gold and silver sold off on Friday. Number 3, Lindsey Williams. I'm going to talk a little bit about that. And number 4, the NFL picks for week number 3. So let's get on within the silver charts. On Wednesday, on this gain, I stated that if this move is a failed move, and really this move on Wednesday doesn't hold, that could be very, very deadly. Well, that's exactly what is looking as of now, as of course the decline occurred on Friday, giving back relatively the vast majority of the gains back. Also look at the 18 average, finding resistance within it. Still declining, now looking as if a test of 20 3/5 is going to be coming into play. And it could get a lot more deadly than that. We'll look at this on the weekly term time frame. So far, it's finding support at this band. It's done it twice now, as we can see here. It did it once the previous week and once this week. If this move here is that failed breakout, and we see action down below here, that could be short term, very deadly to say the least. It necessarily doesn't have to be. Looking at this on the hourly term time frame, I call this formation a Bart Simpson's head formation, when you go up pretty much relatively fast, and then you do the up and down parts right at the top part of the head, and then you fall back down. Looking at key significant Fibonacci retracement, support, lower high. Support, lower high. More often you test support, more likely you take it out. No support found here on the 61.8%. Rather, resistance on 2 occasions. Occasion number 1, occasion number 2, and it looks as if it's going to have a test of this lower level. Now, again, that doesn't necessarily mean it's going to break down. I can see it just by looking at this chart. Why? Big move up, big move down, break support, failed move. So it still could end up being that of a failed move. Could not. I really don't know, but the outlook, the pattern is not looking good as of now. So now the stories. This is the news to why gold and silver went down. This is the headline. Gold down 2% on talk. Fed may still taper fund sales. And I was talking about this last weekend. You're in the exact same routine. Maybe you drink on average 8 beers a day. The lowest is usually 4 or 5. Sometimes you hit double digits. You keep your routine going, and you say, you know what, I may still taper drinking alcohol. Or opening paragraph, New York, London. Gold fell more than 2% on Friday as talk that the Fed might reduce economic stimulus later this year, and news of a hedge fund closing cut into gains bullion made this week after the Federal Reserve's surprise decision to maintain stimulus. Surprise. It's almost like that alcoholic. Oh my God, I'm surprised that He had another 8 beers today. Surprise, surprise, surprise. And if you know how the economic model works, there's no other alternative but to stimulate, do the opposite of tapering. And to say that the talk of it going on, I call personally BS within it. Now let's go on with this Lindsey Williams. The video I think might be going viral. I know it was uploaded by JSnip4. And he's stating that you have until January 24th, 2014 sometime to get gold and or silver. Note, since 2008, I personally have predicted and put my money where my mouth is that the dollar will collapse at some point. Back in the year 2008, when people like Vision Victory and George Fertitle said it would take years, well, more than 5, I kind of didn't think it would take that long. I didn't think the human race was capable of this level of complacency. Oh, but they are. I realize now it will take years, and I don't know how many. It's already been years as it is. If the dollar collapses within months, it would take years. If the dollar collapses in 2018, it would take years. I don't know the when, but I am taking no chances and will be ready for the dollar collapse on whichever date or year that it occurs. Lindsey said that when the dollar collapses, it will occur right after the healthcare bill has been implemented. He has also said that the duration or time of the collapse will be very fast. That is something I have felt to be the case for the last 5 years, and that when the dollar does collapse, it will occur extremely fast. Lindsey also gave heed that 2015 of January might be as long as 2014. If this is a message within the powers that be, then I think the most realistic thing to occur based on this would be for the price of gold and silver to rise, and probably significantly over the next 4 months. And then when January, February occurs and people state that this is it, you got to get it, people buy gold and silver. And then you can expect the market to retrace lower in 2014 in the attempt to get people to buy higher as markets head lower for the final attempt to shake you out. After all, if the powers that be are out here trying to say this stuff, trying to try to get you to make the wrong decision, then they're going to make you think that, hey, he's right. We only got till 2014, and the only way that's going to be the case is if the price of silver and gold significantly go higher. And then, of course, they want you to believe that until January 2014, that's the last time to buy. Let's say silver's at $44 an ounce then. Boom. Next thing you know, they crash it hard. And maybe it's 2015 when it collapses. Who knows? But what I'm saying, or how I'm looking at this, take what he says with a grain, maybe 2 grains of salt. To finish this off, my picks for this weekend, laying 2.5 points on Green Bay and the New England game with Tampa to be over 43.5 points. Have yourself a great weekend.